So, the Yakuza, or Like a Dragon series, is one of my favorite video game series of all time. It is really cool. I've beaten all the games except for the PSP games and Infinite Wealth. I haven't gone around to that yet. It's on the list though. And because of that, when I finally went to Japan, visiting real-life locations from the game series was at the top of my list. So I packed my bags, got on a whole bunch of planes, and finally made my way to Japan. For the first spot, and by far the most iconic, Kamurocho, or kabukicho in real life. But just because it has a different name doesn't mean I didn't know my way around the town. It's a really surreal feeling being in the biggest city in the world, in this place I've never been, a language I barely understand, but suddenly knowing this one really specific town just by the back of my hand. I guess there's something to be said about going back to the same city almost every game for like 8 games in a row, but it feels like home in a weird way. Especially strange considering it's Tokyo's red light district, which I will say that they don't have the big Godzilla in the games. Unless I missed a sub-story or something. Being there was amazing. Seeing Millennium Tower and Theater Square. And of course, even Don Quixote, which is just Don Quixote in real life. Which, if you haven't been to Japan, or you're planning on going, you gotta go to a Don Quixote. They are wild. Their theme song is really good too. They play it a lot. It's a banger. It's a banger. You should go, for sure. Of course, there's a whole lot of activity to do in kabukicho besides just walking around looking at stuff that's vaguely familiar. What ended up being a surprise favorite of mine was the batting cages. Of course, several very important boss fights, usually with Majima, take place in the batting cages in Kamurocho. But not only getting to see the place where all those happened, but even getting to use the batting cages was a really cool experience that I wasn't expecting to be as fun as it was. The Champion District in the games exists in real life as well, though I don't believe it's called the Champion District. Getting to walk through all the tight alleys and all the neon signs, all the people, it was really just a surreal and amazing experience. I was almost too nervous to go into any of the bars at all. They only seat around a couple people, and walking in as some foreigner definitely was a scary thought. But finally we found a bar literally called the Champion Bar. It was perfect, I had to. And it ended up being super cool inside. It was a karaoke bar, which is cool, you know, for fans of the series, of course. You could pop a balloon, and there'd be all sorts of rewards in there, like a tequila shot. It was just a really cool, amazing experience with lots of cool people. Speaking of karaoke, I did it quite a few times when I was in Japan, and I was delighted to find out that a lot of classics like 24 Hour Cinderella, Machine Gun Kiss, and yes, of course, Baka Mitai were all available to be used. For the most part, they usually only displayed the kanji for it, and you actually had to go into the specifically Japanese song selection course. They didn't have it like in English, but of course, for a big fan like myself, I'm gonna know where it's at. And of course, even though I'm not fluent in Japanese by any means, I know the song by heart, and I belted it out a few times. It was pretty cool. Apparently, it was impressive enough at one of the bars they actually took a picture of all of us and posted it on their Instagram, so that was pretty cool. Heading south from Tokyo to Osaka, we made it to the famous district of Sotenbori, or more familiar to the games, Sotenbori. I got some pictures where Kiryu gets stabbed by the river in Yakuza 2. Minor spoilers, he doesn't die, he's in like the rest of the games for the most part. I even managed to have takoyaki at the place it was invented in Sotenbori, which was super cool. Takoyaki is like probably my favorite food. Though quite not as familiar to me as Kamurocho, it was really amazing getting to walk around there, see the river and all the lights, all the smells and the people. It was very cool. There's still so many places I want to go in Japan. Hokkaido, Okinawa, Hiroshima. But I'm truly just so grateful to have been able to make it over there in the first place. It's been over a year now for me since I've been, and it seems like right now Japan is more popular than it's ever been as a tourist destination. But for me personally, it was always the little things that made the whole place special. Playing arcade games in Akihabara with my brother. And yes, they did have baka mitai. Going to a konbini and getting onigiri and Family Mart fried chicken. And what's pretty incredible about the Yakuza series is that, yeah, you can run around and punch people in the streets, but you can also do all those things. You can go to the arcade and play some games. You can go to the convenience store and talk to the clerk. And yeah, it's really cool to go recreate those experiences for yourself in real life in Japan, but it's also really important just to be able to make those experiences for yourself. in your own shoes, in your own way. And what's pretty cool about doing it your own way is you probably won't get jumped by a ton of hooligans. But if you do, remember that tiger drop negates all damage. Please feel free to like and subscribe for more content. I'm a very small channel, working hard to grow. I really don't know what kind of content I'm making. It's kind of a mix of like travel stuff and gaming stuff, so yeah, feel free to comment what you'd like to see more of, and I would love to talk with you and make whatever. So thanks for watching.
Bye.